if you look at my history, it's been there for 20 years with BMW. E36 M3, E46, the GTR, the Z4, the M3, the E92 M3, and now the M6. So I've been through all of them. And some of them you get into and you think, this is as good as it gets for a GT car. Can't be any better. The BMW engineers, they go back to the drawing board and their brains never stop. These guys must eat, sleep, drink, everything to make a car better, because every time a new one comes out, it's better, it's faster, it's more efficient, it uses less fuel. And that's just the way it's been. The M3 was a great car. We went to the Z4. The Z4, I said, was like performing brain surgery. It was the most precise car you would ever have. It lacked some power, but it handled like it was on rails all the time. The M6 GTLM is like smashing an ant with a sledgehammer. It is a much bigger car with huge torque. Part of the trick was the engineers had to make all that torque the motor could be delivered to you usable. And it's the way that they lay the power down to the tire, and it's just a more powerful, torquier machine. At the same time, with all the body shape, they were able to make even more downforce. Even though it doesn't look like it, it's sleek, it's pretty, it's beautiful, but it does everything one step better. So imagine I drive the exact same car as my company car on the street, an M6 Grand Coupe, so it's the four-door. And when you drive it, you understand, when I drive this versus my M6 street car, you understand this is the same car. It comes off the assembly line. They take one right off the assembly line. They put the roll cage in. They stiffen it up. Slightly different suspension, has to be stiffer for the racetrack. Bigger brakes because we have to be able to stop from 180 miles an hour to zero over and over and over. And Michelin racing tires, different. The race car has more aerodynamic tweaks. We have a wing on the back, and to counteract that, we have dive planes and what's called a splitter in the front. This actually makes giant downforce. Our cornering Gs can be between 2 to 3 Gs in sustained corners, which is very high. After a long race like we just did Watkins Glen, you feel your head and your neck are just stretched over from the racing. That's another thing. The engine, identical motors. Get this, the racing version makes less horsepower than the street version. By the rules, the M6 motor that comes in your street car is just too powerful to put in this race car. So the series said if you want to race it, you're going to have to detune it. With a brand new car, to be so well developed right out of the box and have zero issues is already in itself, it's unbelievable. We left Long Beach, I was on the pole in Sebring, set a new lap record with the car. We finished second there. We went to Long Beach, the polar opposite. This was a street course that's very tight and very small. I qualified in the pole, I set a new lap record there. So now we know this M6 can do it all. I would say that the M6 GTLM, this is where it should shine. The car makes a ton of downforce. The radius of the corners matches what we want. These long flowing fourth and fifth gear corners are immensely quick here. And I think the M6 GTM, this is gonna be right where it's gonna shine. Now we're third in the points on the main championship, and in the Patron Endurance Cup, we're second in the points. We're right there towards the top, 6 races to go. Now we see the end. We understand how to make this M6 work every time we drive it, one step better. And I'll bet you by the end, we're gonna be standing on the top step of that podium. That's the objective.